What is going on, miners, and welcome back to the Hobbyist Miner channel. Well, today we're doing something a little bit different. We're building a test bench. So in the past, my test benches have been like an HP motherboard sitting on top of a rubber toolbox liner that sat on top of a metal rack. And that was my test bench. Nothing special, nothing crazy. Well, we're finally upgrading. So I don't have any of those test benches available anymore. So I thought, it's time to kind of up our game a little bit. So a lot of other well-known YouTube content creators in the mining space use these and have had great success with these as well. And so when one of these became available, I snagged it up super quick. So this one actually comes to us from another well-known YouTube content creator within the mining space from the Misfits mining community, and that is TekShinji. So special thanks to him for sending this over. I do appreciate it very, very much. I actually got it like mad quick. He sent it, and like 2 days later, bam. So anyways, let's go ahead and get this unboxed and see exactly what we're working with. Now, oh my gosh, this thing is heavy, no joke. So this is exactly the one that it is here. So as you guys can see, it's a pretty sweet setup. A lot of little moving pieces and parts, but it allows you to have an upright computer with visibility directly into that computer from the side, easily able to go ahead and exchange out parts. So let me go ahead and get this unboxed and let's take a look and see what we're building today. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm crazy impressed. Original box, styrofoam is like perfect condition. This thing doesn't look like it was used once, which I know it was. I've seen it on his streams. Oh God, that was probably really loud. Check these stickers out, heck yeah. Let's put these over here with our other pile. So, look at this thing. I mean, literally, it still has the manual sitting in here. I know this man has used this. I have seen it. The fact that, like, it's this good a condition is crazy to me. So let's see if we can open this up more. All right, let's take this out here. Oh my gosh, all these pieces. Look at this, like original. What? Unless he had two of these. I don't think he did. I mean, the plexiglass still has the plastic on it. Holy cow, this is brand new. I can't believe this. He must have had more than one of these. Holy cow. Yeah, this is like brand new. There's no way. There's no way. I thought this was entirely used, like he had previously used this. There's no way. This thing is like... I don't think it is you. This is crazy. Wow. Like, here's why I question everything. This plexiglass still has the plastic on it. That is nuts. Like, look at these. These still have, they're still wrapped in the plastic. This is nuts. Okay. So I'm going to take however long this takes me. Knowing my luck, it's going to take me like 3 hours. And I'm going to put this thing together and we'll check back in a minute. After we get it together, I do need to go ahead and figure out what hardware we're going to put in it today, so we'll check back on that here shortly. Okay, so I haven't made much progress here. So if I didn't say previously, Core P3 T6, these instructions are by far the worst instructions I've ever come across. The way that these instructions are set up is like, I'll show you. There is no like step 1, step 2. It's like, okay, how to install the power supply? Okay, that's great. Or how to install a hard drive? And that's great. But there's no like direct instructions. Like step 1, we need to install the feet. Or step 2, you have to do this. These are all like individually, like, oh, you want to do liquid cooling? Here's how to do liquid cooling. Like, this is awesome. Unless I'm missing some other instructions somewhere. Nope, these aren't anything special. So this is going to be fantastic, guys. Can't wait to get into this. Anyways, if you guys aren't familiar, you know, this is a case at the end of the day. So as you can see, you have a power button here, USB slots, so this sits upright, and then everything sits directly in front of us here is the way this will look. So it's going to take me a little longer than I expected, but that's usually how it works. So we're going to be installing this B450M gigabyte motherboard, and I purposely picked this because everybody I've talked to says that these test benches always end up turning into like mining rigs. So I'm like, no. So I purposely picked this one because it only has 3 PCI slots on it, so that hopefully steers me away from doing that. We're going to be using a Kingston solid state drive. We're going to be using the EVGA gold 650 watt power supply, complete overkill, but I picked it because it's fully modular, so we can cut down on a lot of these cables here. And then finally, this is what I want to install. Check this sucker out. So this is from Mad Electron. He literally 3D printed these and assembled these entirely. And check out on the side, input and output. So he put an AC monitor in here, and the input comes from our power supply and plugs into here, and then the output goes to the wall. And this allows you to completely monitor your entire rig's output for wattage. So this is perfect for a test bench. So I'm going to try to figure out a way to mount this somewhere on our test bench so that it is fully available. And actually it's really funny, look how small this motherboard is versus like the size of this giant case. There's so much room on there, but this should be fun. So it's going to take me a few hours, but that's okay. So let me go ahead and get into this, and hopefully see you guys soon. Okay guys, well, we've made progress. It's probably been about an hour and a half, I'm not gonna lie. But it's kind of come together really well. So I really struggled, actually. The longest thing I think I spent time on was the fact of the power supply and the way the brackets worked, and lo and behold, it just needed to be reversed. You know, it's kind of one of those like aha moments, and also one of those really frustrating moments. But once I got the power supply on, everything else just started to come together, and I kind of realized that I didn't need the instructions. The way this is built, it's literally like a kit system. Like you put it together the way you want and where you want to put things. And I did use the book for some things like, okay, where do they recommend some of like the solid state drives and stuff like that. But lo and behold, it came together really well. I'm really happy with it. So we have our B450 motherboard here. It has 3 PCI slots on it. There's a bracket here for a GPU. We're going to test it out here with the 1660 Ti in a minute. You can go with a different style bracket if you have a larger motherboard. They actually, with more slots, they have a bigger bracket. But as I said, I don't want to end up using this as a mining rig. I want to use it as a true test bench, so I only put this one in here, which only has 2 slots total. Outside of that, we have our power supply listed here, solid state drive up top, and then the nice thing is this type of style case, super easy to work on, lots of slots available for you to go ahead and pipe things through, try to keep it clean. I did put our Mad Electron AC unit down here, our AC monitor. I thought that would work really well. You know, I could attach it, and then what I'll do is I'll run a cable from here, pipe through, and then we'll get it plugged directly into here, and then from here we'll go to the wall. So this will work out really, really nice. On the other side, let's go ahead and flip this around real quick. I don't have the back panel on, but on the back side you can see it's really easy to wire, lots of little spots for your cable management to run down through. A nice little, kind of like a basement setup here, right here and available. You know, all your wiring kind of comes through nice and clean. So eventually I can take that back plate and stick it on up against it, and we're all set. And then look, and we have a power button here and everything else we would traditionally with a computer. So super happy with the way that this turned out. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little hesitant and a little frustrated with the instructions at the top of the video, but I think things came together pretty good. So next to what I want to do is this box, which was a huge gift from Mad Electron, actually for Christmas, just sent it out, very generous of him. He did go ahead and put a note. I actually cut it accidentally when opening up. You know, like they put on boxes, like don't use a knife to open. Yeah, I used a knife and I cut it up, so sorry. Merry Christmas, may your stockings be full of GPU risers and mining frames around your Christmas tree. Please accept this Christmas present from me for testing to make sure your Christmas is a safe one and not pull too many amps between your rigs and Christmas lights. This unit works on either 120 volt or 240 volt. Max amperage is 15 amps at the plug. Exceeding this can cause melting of the socket, fried cats, and Einstein hair as you touch exposed wires trying to unplug it. Mad Electron. So I'm going to put a link to this guy's channel. This is awesome. I really hope that he puts together a video step-by-step guide on how he built it, why he decided to pick the parts out he did, and kind of how to do this yourself. This is awesome. Like, good for him, dude. I think it's so cool when people engineer these things together, and he's a really smart guy. I go to him for a lot of things, so huge shout out to him. So let's get our test bench all cleaned up. I am not going to use the tempered glass. So these actually work for the tempered glass. What they do is they screw in, okay, and then the tempered glass attaches to this. The reason I'm not going to use the tempered glass is because it's a test rig. I want to easily be able to put a GPU in, that's why I'm going to use thumb screws here, and remove a GPU, and not have to worry about, oh, I have to remove this glass to get to it and things like that. So I'm probably not going to use the tempered glass, all said and done. But let's get everything cleaned up, and then we'll see where we stand. Okay guys, we started this project 2 hours ago, and I am super proud to report we are finally up and running. So we've gone ahead and just applied our flight sheet for Ethereum on our MSI 1660 Ti. This is the Gaming X. Our 450M motherboard is up and running finally. You want to know what delayed me about an hour? I had my memory in slot 4 versus slot 1, so it did not want to boot. So that definitely added a layer of frustration, but I feel like that's like the rite of passage for mining. Like, it never goes the way you expect. But we got that up and running, good to go. I'm very thankful that worked out. Let's see what else. Oh yes, our mad Electron meter. So check this out, guys. So the black cable is going to the wall, okay? Right into our input. The yellow cable is like a C13 to C14, is going from here, our output, over to our power supply. And that's pretty much it. I mean, it's nice. This is so easy. Now that I have this up and running, I'm like, Hobbyist Miner, you idiot. This is so simple. Like, why did you overcomplicate this? Yeah, it worked out well. I really like how the solid state drive, this is a GPU riser solid state drive, by the way. I really like how they like sit in here in these little bays. I mean, I don't know why you would need 3 in a test bench, but it's there if you ever need it, which is really, really nice. Here's the front, if I didn't show that off enough before. So you have your power button, USB 3, 2, headphone, microphone, reboot, and then there's our nice little Thermaltake logo there, which is pretty cool looking. And then take a look over here. So we're over on our monitor, and you can see here our GTX 1660 Ti. Right now it's getting 30.87 mega hash, so nothing too crazy. Definitely we need to do some fine tuning and tweaking as to where we are. Now this is saying here our power is 74 watts currently. So I definitely need to change the overclocks on this, but hey, so a test bench is for, right? But as you guys can see over here, look, our entire rig is using 97, 95, 97 watts total. So if we were to go ahead and jump into what to mine, just to give you guys an example, you would use, like, if you were trying to figure out your profitability for your rig, you would want to use your total watts. You would want to use that because that's the actual electricity that you're being charged for. So the reason I set that up on this bench, and I was so thrilled to get this from Mad Electron, was the fact that, like, on a test bench, you really want to have a full snapshot as to what your total cost is or expenses, which would include your total watts being used. That's it, guys. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy this is done. A few other things. If you guys are interested in this Thermaltake test bench, I'll put a link down below to that directly. I don't think Mad Electron is selling these outright quite yet. When he is, I'll make sure that I get a post out there. I am going to put a link over to his YouTube channel. He's probably going to be the first to go ahead and post those if he is selling those. So please go over there, give him some love, give him a subscribe. He's a super knowledgeable individual, significantly smarter than I am. So make sure that you guys do go ahead and support his crypto mining channel. Well, guys, that is it for today. Thank you for joining me for building this Thermaltake test bench. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe. Take care.